Have you ever looked at the calendar, watched the years tick by, and felt a quiet, creeping sense of apprehension? In a culture that often seems to worship youth and fear aging, the passage of time can feel less like a journey and more like a countdown. We see it all around us in the United States, the pervasive narrative that growing older inevitably means decline, a slow fading of vitality, sharpness, and joy. We are bombarded with images of frailty, of dependence, of life shrinking into a small, quiet room. But what if that narrative is fundamentally flawed? What if there exists a different path, a blueprint for not just surviving into our later years, but for thriving with a vibrancy that defies conventional expectations? Imagine for a moment a man named Carter Hayes. At 94 years old, he lives not in a sterile care facility, but in a cozy, book-lined home in the rolling green hills of Rutland, Vermont. He doesn't just get through his days, he embraces them. His mind, once honed by a career as a history professor, remains a formidable library of knowledge and wit. His body, though bearing the marks of nearly a century of life, moves with a deliberate grace that allows him to tend his small garden, take daily walks into town, and live with a profound sense of independence. Carter is not a medical miracle or a genetic anomaly. He is instead a living testament to a powerful truth that the quality of our later years is not a matter of chance, but a direct result of the small, intentional choices we make every single day. The secret, he insists, is not found in some expensive revolutionary treatment, but in the quiet, sacred hours of the morning. For Carter, the dawn is not merely the start of a new day. It is a daily rebirth, a deliberate ceremony of self-care that lays the foundation for all that follows. Over the decades, he has cultivated a series of simple yet profoundly effective morning habits that have become the pillars of his remarkable health. These are not complex, time-consuming rituals demanding Herculean effort. They are gentle, mindful practices, accessible to anyone at any age, that work in concert to nourish the body, clarify the mind, and fortify the spirit. In this deep exploration, we will journey into Carter's world and unpack the 6 foundational secrets of his morning routine. We will not just list them, but dissect them, understand the science behind them, feel the personal stories that give them meaning, and discover how you can weave these threads into the fabric of your own life. This is more than a guide to healthy aging. It is an invitation to transform your relationship with time itself, to see each new morning as an opportunity to build a stronger, more vibrant future, starting today. The very first secret, the foundational act upon which Carter Hayes builds his day, is a practice so simple it is often overlooked in our fast-paced, high-intensity world: the art of gentle stretching. For Carter, this is not a workout, it is a conversation. It is the body's morning salutation, a quiet and deliberate dialogue between muscle and mind that coaxes the system from the stillness of sleep into the fluid potential of the day. As the first pale light of the Vermont dawn filters through his window, casting long shadows across the wooden floor, Carter begins his ritual. It's a symphony of slow, intentional movements, a stark contrast to the jarring alarm clocks and frantic rushing that defines so many American mornings. He understands a truth that a lifetime has taught him. After hours of inactivity, the body, especially one that has seen 94 winters, needs to be awakened with kindness, not commanded with force. Think of an old, classic car that has been sitting in a cold garage overnight. You wouldn't jump in, turn the key, and immediately redline the engine, would you? You would let it warm up, let the oil circulate, and allow the parts to gently come to temperature. Carter treats his body with that same reverence. This daily practice is his way of lubricating his joints, increasing blood flow, and preparing his physical form for the demands of the day. The stiffness that can settle in overnight, a common companion for people of all ages, but particularly for seniors, is gently coaxed away. This isn't about achieving the flexibility of a yoga master, it's about reclaiming a comfortable range of motion, reducing the risk of a sudden strain from a simple act like bending to tie a shoe or reaching for a book on a high shelf. This preventative care is a cornerstone of maintaining independence, as it significantly lowers the vulnerability to falls and muscle injuries that can dramatically alter the course of one's later years. If this first secret, the idea of beginning your day with a gentle, respectful conversation with your body, resonates with you and seems like a powerful foundation for health, please take a moment to comment with the number 1 below to let us know you're ready to build from this ground up. The science underpinning Carter's intuitive practice is robust and compelling. When we stretch, we are doing far more than just elongating muscles. We are stimulating circulation, which acts like a delivery service for the body. This increased blood flow carries a fresh supply of oxygen and essential nutrients to every muscle, organ, and tissue, literally feeding our cells and sweeping away metabolic waste products that have accumulated during sleep. This process is a natural energy booster, more subtle and sustainable than a jolt of caffeine. Furthermore, gentle stretching positively impacts the synovial fluid within our joints. This fluid acts as a natural lubricant, and movement encourages its production and distribution, ensuring that our joints, from our shoulders to our knees, can move smoothly and with less friction or discomfort. It's the body's own internal maintenance system, and Carter's morning ritual is his way of ensuring it runs efficiently every single day. His routine is a testament to the power of simplicity and mindfulness. He doesn't follow a complex prescribed sequence. Instead, he listens to his body. He begins while still seated on the edge of his bed, with slow, careful neck rolls, releasing the tension that can gather in the shoulders and upper back. He'll then move to gentle shoulder shrugs and circles, awakening the upper torso. Standing up, holding on to a sturdy chair for balance, he performs slow leg swings, forward and back, side to side, encouraging mobility in his hips. He focuses on his breath with each movement, inhaling as he prepares and exhaling as he deepens the stretch. This is not about pushing through pain, it is about moving to the edge of sensation and breathing into it. This mindful approach, paying close attention to the body's signals, transforms the physical act into a meditative practice. This consistency, this daily act of checking in, has contributed to an impressive level of physical comfort and agility that allows him to navigate his daily life with confidence. Have you ever tried to start your day with stretching, only to feel it was too complicated or that you weren't doing it right? Carter's story shows us that the most important thing is simply to start, to listen, and to be kind to yourself. Beyond the purely physical, the psychological benefits of this morning ritual are profound. In a world that constantly pulls our attention outward, to screens, to news, to the demands of others, this practice is a radical act of turning inward. For those first 10 to 15 minutes, Carter's focus is entirely on his own physical and sensory experience. This grounds him in the present moment, creating a buffer against the anxiety and mental clutter that can so easily hijack the start of the day. It is a calming practice that signals to the brain that the day is beginning with intention, control, and peace, rather than chaos and reaction. Research has shown that such mindful movement can lower cortisol levels, the body's primary stress hormone, setting a more balanced neurochemical tone for the hours ahead. This mental and emotional centering is just as crucial to his overall vitality as the physical flexibility it cultivates. For anyone inspired by Carter's example, the barrier to entry is virtually non-existent. You don't need special equipment, expensive attire, or a gym membership. You simply need a few square feet of space and the intention to begin. Start small. Perhaps it's just stretching your arms overhead and taking 3 deep breaths before you get out of bed. Maybe it's sitting in a chair and gently twisting your torso from side to side. The key, as Carter's 94 years of wisdom demonstrate, is not intensity but consistency. A 5-minute routine performed daily is infinitely more valuable than a 1-hour session done sporadically. It is the cumulative effect of these small, daily acts of self-care that builds a resilient foundation for long-term health. Carter's experience serves as a powerful testament to the idea of honoring your body with patience and respect, proving that the most enduring strength is often built not through force, but through gentle, persistent kindness. We would love to hear about your own relationship with morning movement. Do you have a stretching routine, or is this something you're considering starting? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. Your story could inspire someone else to take that first gentle step. Once his body has been gently awakened through movement, Carter Hayes proceeds to the second secret of his morning wellness ceremony, an internal cleansing and rejuvenation through mindful hydration. Specifically, he begins every single day with a tall glass of warm water mixed with the juice of half a fresh lemon. This humble concoction, sitting on his kitchen counter as the sun climbs higher over the Vermont landscape, may seem deceptively simple, but it is a cornerstone of his vitality, addressing 2 critical aspects of health that become increasingly important with age: hydration and digestion. Carter knows from both experience and observation that as we journey through life, our body's natural thirst mechanism can become less reliable. It's a subtle shift, but one that makes it dangerously easy for older adults to slip into a state of chronic, low-grade dehydration without even realizing it. This deficit can manifest as fatigue, mental fog, dizziness, and a host of other issues often mistakenly attributed to just getting old. Carter's morning lemon water is his proactive, non-negotiable strategy to combat this. By front-loading his hydration, he ensures that his body's systems are replenished and reactivated after the long, dehydrating fast of a night's sleep. Why warm water? It is gentle and soothing to the digestive tract, unlike cold water, which can be a bit of a shock to the system first thing in the morning. The warmth helps to relax the muscles of the stomach and intestines, promoting better function throughout the day. The addition of fresh lemon juice is not merely for flavor. It transforms the simple glass of water into a mild, health-promoting elixir. Lemons are a fantastic source of vitamin C, a powerful antioxidant that is crucial for supporting the immune system. For a senior whose immune response may naturally be less robust than in their younger years, this daily dose of immune support is a simple yet effective shield against common illnesses, helping Carter stay healthy and resilient. This simple ritual does more than just hydrate and boost immunity. It acts as a gentle catalyst for his entire digestive system. The natural acidity of the lemon juice, once metabolized by the body, can help stimulate the production of bile and digestive enzymes. This effectively wakes up the digestive tract, preparing it for the first meal of the day, and improving the body's ability to absorb nutrients from food, while also reducing issues like bloating or indigestion. Carter often recounts how, in his younger years, he would jump straight to a cup of strong black coffee. While it gave him an immediate jolt, He often felt a subsequent crash and a subtle, lingering feeling of acidity or sluggishness in his gut. Since making the switch to warm lemon water decades ago, he describes a feeling of being refreshed, clean, and alert from the inside out. It's a natural, caffeine-free way to awaken both body and mind, hydrating his cells without adding the stress of sugar or the jarring effects of stimulants to his system. This practice of starting the day with warm lemon water is a small change that can have a big impact. If you find this insight into mindful hydration valuable and are perhaps inspired to try it, please comment with the number 2 below to let us know. And if you haven't already, please consider supporting our channel by subscribing and turning on the notification bell. Your support allows us to continue bringing you content designed to inform and inspire. The scientific community offers substantial support for Carter's morning habit. Proper hydration is absolutely fundamental to nearly every bodily function. It is essential for maintaining healthy blood pressure, as water volume directly impacts blood volume. It's critical for lubricating joints, a benefit that works hand in hand with his morning stretching routine. It is also vital for cognitive function. The brain is approximately 75% water, and even mild dehydration has been shown in numerous studies to impair concentration, memory, and mood. For seniors, ensuring adequate hydration is a key strategy in maintaining mental clarity and preventing the confusion or lightheadedness that can increase the risk of falls. While some claims about lemon water's ability to drastically alter the body's pH are often exaggerated, its contribution to overall wellness is undeniable. The primary benefit is the establishment of a consistent, healthy hydration habit, with the added bonus of vitamin C and potential digestive stimulation. Carter's experience provides a compelling personal case study. He recalls a period in his late 60s when he was struggling with intermittent constipation and a general feeling of being clogged up. A conversation with his daughter, who had studied nutrition, led him to try this simple morning drink. He was skeptical at first, dismissing it as a trendy fad. But after a week of consistent practice, he couldn't deny the results. His digestion became more regular, and the feeling of lightness and improved energy throughout the morning was palpable. It was a powerful lesson in how a small, consistent input could produce a significant positive output in his body's complex system. This habit became a non-negotiable part of his routine, a simple act of self-respect that set a positive tone for his health each day. Incorporating this into your own morning requires no special skills or expensive gadgets. It's about keeping fresh lemons on hand and taking the 2 minutes required to heat some water and squeeze in the juice. For those concerned about the acidity affecting tooth enamel, a valid consideration, the solution is simple. Drink the lemon water with a reusable straw and rinse your mouth with plain water afterward. If lemons aren't to your taste, a splash of lime juice works just as well. Or you can simply embrace the foundational habit of drinking a glass of plain warm water. The core principle is what matters, starting your day by consciously and mindfully rehydrating your body. It is a gentle, effective, and deeply respectful way to support your health from the very first moment you awaken. Through this simple glass of water, Carter demonstrates that profound wellness is often built on the most basic and elemental foundations. It is a quiet promise he makes to his body each morning, a promise to provide it with the essential resources it needs to function at its best. With his body gently stretched and his internal systems hydrated and awakened, Carter Hayes turns his attention to the third, and perhaps most crucial, secret for his enduring vitality: the cultivation of a calm and clear mind through the daily practice of mindful meditation. In the quiet solitude of his study, surrounded by the silent wisdom of his books, Carter dedicates 10 to 15 minutes each morning to simply sitting. He doesn't chant complex mantras or strive for some esoteric state of enlightenment. His practice is the essence of simplicity. He sits comfortably in his favorite armchair, closes his eyes, and turns his attention to the gentle, rhythmic rising and falling of his own breath. This daily appointment with stillness is more than just a moment of relaxation. It is the cornerstone of his mental health, his emotional resilience, and his ability to navigate the complexities of life at 94 with a peaceful and engaged spirit. For people of any age, but particularly for seniors, the cumulative weight of stress can be a silent and heavy burden. Worries about health, concerns for family, the grief of losing friends, and the general uncertainties of the future can create a constant, low-level hum of anxiety. Carter understands this intimately. He approaches his meditation practice as a form of mental hygiene, a way to gently sweep the mind clear of this accumulated debris. It is his dedicated time to step away from the relentless churn of thoughts, to detach from worries about the past and anxieties about the future, and to simply exist in the calm anchor of the present moment. This practice has been instrumental in fostering a deep sense of gratitude and cultivating an inner fortitude that guards against the mental and emotional challenges that often accompany advanced age. The practice of mindful meditation is profoundly democratic. It is accessible to everyone, regardless of their physical condition, spiritual beliefs, or prior experience. Carter's routine is a perfect example of this. He simply focuses on the physical sensation of his breath entering and leaving his body. When a thought arises, a memory of a past lecture, a plan for his garden, a worry about a coming storm, he doesn't fight it or judge himself for being distracted. He simply acknowledges the thought, as if noticing a cloud passing in the sky, and then gently, kindly guides his attention back to his breath. This simple, repetitive act of non-judgmental observation is a powerful workout for the brain. It strengthens the muscles of focus and enhances emotional regulation, two qualities that Carter finds utterly invaluable as he navigates his 90s. If you believe that cultivating mental clarity and emotional peace is a vital component of true health, and you appreciate this insight into the power of mindful meditation, please comment with the number 3 below. Your engagement helps us understand what content resonates most deeply with you. The scientific evidence supporting Carter's daily habit is overwhelming and continues to grow. Groundbreaking research in neuroscience has shown that regular meditation can literally change the structure and function of the brain. Studies using fMRI scans reveal that meditation can decrease the density of gray matter in the amygdala, the brain's fear and anxiety center, making us less reactive to stress. Conversely, it can increase the density of the prefrontal cortex, the area associated with higher-order functions like awareness, concentration, and decision-making. Furthermore, meditation has been shown to lower the body's production of cortisol, the stress hormone, that, when chronically elevated, can wreak havoc on the body, suppressing the immune system, raising blood pressure, and disrupting sleep. For seniors who may be facing health challenges or significant life changes, managing this stress response is not a luxury. It is a critical component of maintaining physical health. Carter often shares a personal anecdote from his early years of retirement. After a lifetime structured by the academic calendar, the sudden lack of a daily schedule left him feeling adrift and often overwhelmed by the noise of a mind with too much unstructured time. He found his thoughts racing, cycling through worries and regrets. It was during this period that he discovered a book on mindfulness and, with his characteristic discipline, decided to give the practice a try. The initial attempts were frustrating. His mind, he says, felt like a room full of shouting monkeys. But he persisted. He started with just 5 minutes a day. Slowly, gradually, he began to notice a change. The quiet moments he carved out each morning began to feel like a sanctuary, a safe harbor where he could regroup and find his center. Now those moments are non-negotiable. On days that he knows will be particularly challenging, perhaps a difficult doctor's appointment or a day of strenuous yard work, his meditation practice becomes even more essential. It allows him to pause, gather his mental resources, and approach the day with a sense of calm proactivity rather than anxious reactivity. This mental and emotional steadiness is a key ingredient in his overall recipe for vitality and happiness. Starting a meditation habit does not require a guru or a special retreat. As Carter's journey shows, it can begin right where you are. Find a comfortable place to sit where you won't be disturbed for a few minutes. Set a timer for 5 minutes to begin with. Close your eyes and simply bring your awareness to your breath. Feel the air enter your nostrils, fill your lungs, and then feel it leave your body. Your mind will wander. That is what minds do. The practice is not about stopping your thoughts. It is about changing your relationship to them. Each time you notice you've drifted away, gently and without criticism, guide your attention back to the breath. That is the entire exercise. Over time, this simple practice builds a profound mental resilience and a peaceful mindset that permeates every other aspect of life. Carter's daily meditation is a powerful reminder that true health is not just a physical state. It is a holistic integration of body, mind, and spirit. By tending to his mind with the same care and consistency as his body, he embodies the profound truth that a calm, focused mind is the ultimate superpower for living a full, joyful, and healthy life at any age. Following his moments of quiet reflection, Carter Hayes moves from his study back to the kitchen to engage with the fourth secret of his vibrant longevity, fueling his body with a truly nourishing breakfast. For Carter, the first meal of the day is not an afterthought grabbed in a rush. It is a deliberate, strategic investment in his energy, his cognitive function, and his long-term health. He understands a fundamental principle of physiology that many of us forget in our busy lives. The quality of the fuel you put in your tank in the morning determines the quality of your performance for the rest of the day. This is especially critical for a senior, as the body's metabolism naturally slows with age, making it more important than ever to focus on nutrient-dense foods that provide sustained power without causing disruptive spikes and crashes in blood sugar. Carter's breakfast philosophy is built on a foundation of balance. He meticulously ensures his morning meal includes a thoughtful combination of high-quality protein, healthy fats, and complex, fiber-rich carbohydrates. This trio works in synergy to support all the critical systems that keep him thriving. The protein is essential for maintaining muscle mass, a crucial battle against the age-related muscle loss known as sarcopenia. The healthy fats are vital for brain health, lubricating joints and helping the body absorb fat-soluble vitamins. And the complex carbohydrates, unlike their sugary, simple counterparts, are broken down slowly by the body, providing a steady, reliable stream of energy that keeps him feeling alert and capable for hours. This is the trifecta that powers both his physical activities, like gardening, and his mental ones, like his daily deep dive into a new history book. What does your typical breakfast look like? Does it set you up for success or leave you feeling sluggish? We'd love to hear about your morning meal habits in the comments. And if you're finding these detailed insights into Carter's lifestyle valuable, please comment with the number 4 below to let us know you're still with us on this journey.
A typical morning meal for Carter is a perfect illustration of this philosophy in action. More often than not, it's a warm bowl of old-fashioned rolled oats. But this is no bland, watery gruel. He tops his oatmeal with a generous handful of fresh berries, like blueberries or raspberries, which are packed with antioxidants and flavonoids. These powerful compounds are cellular bodyguards, helping to protect his body from the oxidative stress and inflammation that are underlying drivers of many age-related chronic diseases. He then adds a sprinkle of walnuts or ground flax seeds, providing a rich source of omega-3 fatty acids, which are renowned for their brain protective and anti-inflammatory properties. This single bowl is a powerhouse of nutrition. The slow-release energy from the oats, the immune support from the berries, the brain fuel from the nuts, and a healthy dose of fiber to support digestive health and promote a feeling of satiety that lasts well into the late morning. The scientific literature provides a mountain of evidence to support Carter's breakfast choices. Numerous studies have demonstrated that a balanced, high-fiber breakfast can significantly improve cognitive performance, including memory and attention throughout the day. For seniors, this is a key strategy for maintaining mental sharpness. Furthermore, choosing foods with a low glycemic index, like oatmeal and berries, helps to maintain stable blood sugar levels. This is critically important not just for individuals managing diabetes, but for everyone, as the roller coaster of blood sugar spikes and crashes caused by sugary cereals, pastries, or white toast can lead to energy slumps, mood swings, and long-term metabolic issues. By choosing his breakfast wisely, Carter is actively managing his risk for conditions like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and cognitive decline. He vividly recalls a time in his middle age, a period he refers to as his convenience years, when breakfast was often a slice of toast with jam or a bowl of sugary, brightly colored cereal eaten while standing over the sink. He remembers the predictable pattern: a brief sugar-fueled high followed by a mid-morning slump that left him feeling tired, unfocused, and reaching for another cup of coffee or a sweet snack to get through to lunch. The decision to transform his morning meal was a turning point. The switch to nutrient-rich whole foods was not just about abstract health benefits. It was about how he felt, day in and day out. He noticed the change almost immediately. The persistent brain fog lifted, replaced by a clear, sustained focus. The nagging cravings for sugar vanished. He felt a steady, reliable current of energy that carried him gracefully through his morning activities, a feeling of profound well-being that started from his first bite. If you appreciate this deep dive into the why behind a healthy breakfast, please show your support by hitting the like button. It truly helps our channel grow and reach more people who can benefit from this information. And remember to subscribe so you never miss another video. Carter's nourishing breakfast is far more than just sustenance. It is a daily, tangible act of self-respect. It's a declaration that he values his health and is willing to invest the time and effort to support his body's needs. For those looking to follow his lead, the principle is more important than the specific recipe. If oatmeal isn't your preference, a breakfast of scrambled eggs, protein and healthy fats, with a side of whole grain toast and avocado could provide a similar balance. A Greek yogurt bowl with berries and nuts is another excellent option. The key is to move away from processed, high-sugar, low-nutrient options and toward whole foods that are packed with the building blocks of vitality. Making a batch of overnight oats the night before can solve the no time in the morning dilemma. By deliberately and mindfully fueling his body with the right foods at the start of each day, Carter Hayes equips himself with the physical and mental resources necessary to live an active, engaged, and deeply fulfilling life, proving that the path to longevity is paved, in part, with a good breakfast. The fifth secret in Carter Hayes' daily regimen for remarkable health is one that builds directly upon the foundation he has already laid: the integration of consistent, low-impact morning movement. This is a distinct and separate practice from his initial gentle stretching. While the stretching is about waking the body and improving flexibility, this phase is about actively engaging his muscles, elevating his heart rate and reinforcing the strength and balance that are paramount for his independence. After his nourishing breakfast has had some time to settle, Carter deliberately incorporates activity into his morning, transforming it from a passive start to an active engagement with his physical capabilities. This commitment to daily movement is a powerful antidote to the sedentary lifestyle that can so quickly lead to a decline in mobility and overall quality of life for seniors. Many older adults grapple with a legitimate fear of falling, along with the reality of joint stiffness and reduced endurance. This can create a vicious cycle. The fear of movement leads to less movement, which in turn leads to weaker muscles and poorer balance, thereby increasing the actual risk of a fall. Carter understands this paradox intimately and has made consistent morning movement his non-negotiable strategy to break that cycle. His routine is not about pushing himself to exhaustion or engaging in high-intensity workouts. It is about gentle, purposeful, and most importantly, regular activity. His regimen often includes a series of light yoga-inspired poses that challenge his balance in a safe environment, such as the tree pose while lightly touching a wall for support. He also incorporates simple, low-impact strength exercises, like rising from a sturdy chair several times without using his hands, which builds crucial leg strength, or performing wall push-ups to maintain upper body tone. These are not exercises that require a gym. They require only his own body weight and the intention to use it. The scientific community has long championed the benefits of regular physical activity for older adults, and the research is conclusive. Consistent, moderate exercise leads to profound improvements in cardiovascular health, helping to maintain a healthy heart and manage blood pressure. It is also one of the most effective ways to improve bone density, which is a critical defense against osteoporosis and fractures. Furthermore, it directly combats sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. By regularly engaging his muscles, Carter is sending a clear signal to his body that they are still needed, prompting them to maintain their mass and function. This directly translates to his ability to perform everyday tasks with ease, from carrying a bag of groceries to climbing a flight of stairs, preserving the independence he cherishes so deeply. What is your relationship with daily movement? Do you find it energizing, or does it feel like a chore? Share your perspective in the comments below. We read every comment, and your insights help build our community. Carter often reflects on a period in his late 70s when a particularly harsh Vermont winter kept him indoors and largely inactive for several weeks. He felt the effects with startling speed: a noticeable increase in stiffness, a decline in his stamina, and a creeping sense of vulnerability in his own body. That experience was a wake-up call. It solidified his resolve to never let a day pass without some form of deliberate movement. That commitment transformed his physical reality. He felt more energetic, more stable on his feet, and more confident in his body's ability to support his active life. For example, his morning routine includes specific exercises to strengthen the small, stabilizing muscles in his ankles and hips. He might stand on one foot for 30 seconds, then the other, or perform gentle calf raises. These may seem like minor movements, but they are incredibly effective at improving proprioception, the body's sense of its position in space, which is a key factor in preventing falls.
Beyond the undeniable physical benefits, Carter's morning movement provides a significant mental and emotional boost. The physiological effects of exercise are well documented. It triggers the release of endorphins, the body's natural mood-elevating and pain-relieving chemicals. This runner's high, even from a gentle walk or a series of light exercises, can effectively clear the mind, reduce feelings of anxiety or depression, and set a positive, optimistic tone that resonates throughout the day.
For Carter, a brisk walk to the local post office on a crisp morning is as much a mental tonic as it is physical exercise. It connects him with his community, exposes him to sunlight and fresh air, and reinforces his sense of capability and engagement with the world around him. His approach is a masterclass in sustainability. He emphasizes the critical importance of listening to one's body. On days when an old knee injury is acting up, he doesn't skip movement altogether. He modifies it. He might opt for seated exercises or focus more on his upper body and core. This mindful, adaptable practice ensures that movement remains a joyful, life-affirming habit rather than a rigid, painful obligation. It's about working with his body, not against it. By dedicating a specific time each morning to this practice, Carter maintains a level of functional fitness that not only supports his independence, but deeply enriches his life. His daily commitment is a powerful testament to the fact that staying physically active is not about recapturing youth or performing feats of athleticism. It is about regular, mindful movement that honors the body's current abilities and consistently builds resilience for the future, one gentle step at a time. If you found this exploration of consistent, gentle movement inspiring and believe it's a key to healthy aging, please comment with the number 5 below. Your feedback is invaluable. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to join us for future deep dives into a healthier life. The final pillar supporting Carter Hayes's magnificent structure of morning wellness, the sixth secret that ties everything together, is the practice of purposeful reflection. After he has nourished his body with movement, hydration, and wholesome food, and calmed his mind with meditation, Carter dedicates a few precious minutes to engaging his spirit. He settles back into his favorite armchair in the study, this time with a simple, well-worn journal and a pen. This act of reflection is more than just idle thinking or daydreaming. It is an active, structured engagement with his inner world that cultivates emotional balance, reinforces a sense of purpose, and sharpens his cognitive faculties. For a man who has witnessed nearly a century of history unfold, this practice is what keeps his personal narrative vibrant, meaningful, and forward-looking. In our modern American culture, we are often so focused on doing that we forget the importance of being. We fill our days with tasks, appointments, and digital distractions, leaving little room for introspection. Carter's practice is a quiet rebellion against this trend. It is a deliberate pause to process, to appreciate, and to set an intention for the day ahead. This ritual is a powerful tool for maintaining cognitive function and emotional well-being, two elements that are just as vital as physical health in the equation of a happy life. It provides a structured way to combat the feelings of aimlessness or loneliness that can sometimes affect seniors, especially those who are retired or living alone. By actively shaping his mindset each morning, Carter takes on the role of the conscious author of his day rather than a passive passenger. The science behind practices like gratitude journaling and intention setting is increasingly robust. Neuroscientists have found that the simple act of regularly recalling things you are grateful for can actually rewire the brain. It boosts the production of key neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which are associated with feelings of pleasure, happiness, and well-being. It can lower stress, improve sleep quality, and foster a greater sense of social connection. Similarly, the act of setting a clear intention for the day engages the brain's reticular activating system, a network of neurons that acts as a filter for information. When you set an intention, like "I will find joy in my garden today," you are programming your brain to be more aware of and receptive to experiences that align with that goal. It sharpens your focus and helps you notice the positive opportunities that might otherwise go unseen. For Carter, this is a way of slowing cognitive decline and actively cultivating a positive, resilient outlook on life.
In practical terms, Carter's journaling is beautifully simple.
He doesn't pressure himself to write pages of profound prose. Some days, he simply jots down 3 specific things he is grateful for. It might be the warmth of the sun on his face, a pleasant phone call with his granddaughter the day before, or the taste of the fresh berries in his oatmeal. This act of noticing and recording small joys anchors him in an appreciation for the present moment. After his gratitude list, he often writes down a single, simple intention for the day. It could be something productive, like, I will finish weeding the tomato patch, or something more focused on being, like, I will listen patiently to anyone I speak with today. This physical act of writing, of moving thought from the abstract realm of the mind to the concrete reality of the page, has a powerful cementing effect. It solidifies his reflections and provides a tangible record of his inner life, a personal history of growth and perspective that he can look back on. This idea of purposeful reflection as a capstone to a healthy morning is so powerful. If you believe in the importance of nurturing your mind and spirit in this way, please comment with the number 6 below. It signals that you appreciate this holistic approach to well-being. Carter recalls a time before he adopted this habit when his days could sometimes feel unstructured and undifferentiated, blurring one into the next. He felt his mind was often scattered, pulled in different directions by the news of the day or worries that would surface without warning. Introducing this small ritual of morning reflection provided an anchor. It gave him a tool to consciously steer his thoughts, to manage his emotional state, and to focus on what truly mattered to him: his health, his family, his intellectual passions, and the simple beauty of his Vermont surroundings. This practice connects him to a larger rhythm of life, helping him find meaning not in grand achievements, but in the quiet, humble moments that constitute a life well lived. It nurtures his emotional soul and supports his mental acuity, reinforcing the idea that these inner states are inseparable from his physical health. For anyone who feels drawn to start their own reflection practice, Carter's advice is to begin with radical simplicity. Don't be intimidated by the idea of journaling. Start with a single notebook and a pen. For the first week, just write down one thing you are grateful for. That's it. Or try setting one small positive intention. You can use guided prompts if you find them helpful. What is one thing I am looking forward to today? Or what is a strength I can bring to the challenges of the day? Or you can simply sit in silence for a few minutes and see what arises. The key is to create a consistent, non-judgmental space for this inner check-in. Over time, this intentional pause becomes a cherished and indispensable part of the morning, a private sanctuary for the soul. Purposeful reflection is the practice that weaves all of Carter's other habits together, infusing them with meaning and mindfulness. It is a testament to the profound power of small, thoughtful actions in creating a healthier, happier, and more purpose-driven life, not just at 94, but at any age. It is the final, beautiful brushstroke on the masterpiece of a day lived with intention. As we draw our deep exploration of Carter Hayes's morning rituals to a close, take a moment to pause and reflect on the journey we've taken. We have walked through the quiet dawn in his Vermont home, observing not just a series of tasks, but a profound philosophy of life in action. Which of these 6 powerful habits resonated most deeply with you? Was it the gentle, respectful conversation of morning stretching? The internal cleansing of mindful hydration? The peaceful sanctuary of meditation? The strategic fuel of a nourishing breakfast? The empowering consistency of daily movement? Or the clarifying wisdom of purposeful reflection? Carter's story is not an unattainable ideal. It is a powerful and practical reminder that age does not have to be a synonym for decline. It proves that vitality, strength, and joy are not the exclusive domain of the young, but are available to all of us who are willing to cultivate them with small, intentional actions.
Each of these habits, from the first stretch to the last journal entry, builds a comprehensive foundation of well-being that supports the intricate, interconnected systems of the body, mind, and spirit. They demonstrate that true health is not achieved through extreme measures or quick fixes, but through the patient, cumulative effect of daily, positive choices. Whether it's waking up just 15 minutes earlier to have time for yourself, choosing a bowl of oatmeal over a sugary pastry, taking a short walk around the block, or simply sitting in silence for 5 minutes to breathe, these are the small hinges on which the large doors of a long, healthy, and happy life swing open. We would be truly honored to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and share the one key insight or lesson you learned today. How do you plan to incorporate even a small piece of this wisdom into your own life, starting tomorrow morning? Your thoughts, experiences, and personal stories are incredibly important to us and to the community we are building here. Reading your comments provides us with immense motivation and encouragement to continue this work. If you enjoyed this in-depth analysis and found it helpful, please show your support by giving it a like, subscribing to the channel, and most importantly, hitting that notification bell so you never miss our future content. Your engagement helps us continue to create good, meaningful videos designed to inform, inspire, and empower you on your own health journey. Thank you for spending this time with us, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.